regiment, the days that they train, I think that Andy has a good chance. But I see the roles reversed. In the first fight, Anthony Joshua was a superstar in England, had an airplane, had limos, had talk shows, had everything, and he was living the life. Now I see Joshua losing 15 pounds, 20 pounds, and looking slim and training hard, and you don't see any of that stuff that you saw in the past, and you see Andy doing those things. So if Andy can buckle down and Manny can take control, he stands a good chance, but I still think Joshua beats him.
Oh, wow, really? Yeah? A lot of people have said that just stylistically it's a bad matchup for Joshua because of Andy's speed.
Yeah, well, Joshua, you saw Joshua in one fight. You saw him against Povetkin, who is kind of the same fighter against everybody except Joshua, that Andy Ruiz was against Joshua. And he beat the heck out of Povetkin. So Anthony Joshua didn't win a gold medal and didn't become a world champion at 12 or 13 fights because he can't fight. He just, there was a night like all fighters have that you hope doesn't happen in the fight. You hope it happens in the gym while sparring. But he had that kind of night, and Andy had nothing to lose. Andy was not going to be deterred that night. Andy's a different Andy today. He's got a Rolls Royce. He's got a brand new mansion. All those things make you soft. So that's why I say Manny Robles will be the key in my opinion.
So if Manny is able to get him focused, just like the first fight, you still think even 110% Andy and 110%
If Manny
Joshua?
can get him into the gym consistently,
yeah,
okay, because you and I know, or maybe you don't know, but I know the days that he likes to train, days he doesn't like to train. If Manny can get him into the gym consistently, and Manny can do his magic in the gym, then he stands a very good chance of outboxing him. He's not going to knock out Joshua this time. He's going to outbox him because he's got faster hands and because he can take a shot, all those things. But he's going to have to be in that premier kind of shape to be able to beat Joshua this time.
When a fighter suffers a knockout.
Wow. Those are the words of Abel Sanchez. And Abel Sanchez, a lot of people go back and forth. They change their mind on who they think will win a fight, which is okay. You can change your mind on certain things after, a different observation or more observation. But Abel Sanchez's decision has remained the same. This time he's seen Andy Ruiz in a different light. Andy Ruiz, it's true, he was that guy that was emailing, like Andy has admitted, of harassing Eddie Hearn for an opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua. This also is a person that wanted to fight Anthony Joshua for a long time. Okay, so he's already premeditated and prepared in his mind mentally who he wanted to fight. It wasn't it wasn't Wilder and it wasn't Fury. It was Joshua. He said because of the style. I think because of the money and the opportunity. He wouldn't have got the money or the opportunity like that. He wouldn't have got a unified belt opportunity, okay, with either Wilder or Fury. He wouldn't have got the money with Wilder or Fury. He gets both with Anthony Joshua. So Andy knew that. On top of maybe a little bit had to do with the style of Joshua, because he knows Joshua's a taller fighter that likes to fight on the inside, and he knows he's faster than Joshua. And he just sit back, I have faster hands than him. I can beat him to the punch. I can beat him, right? So that's something he already knew. Again, this is premeditated. He already knew he wanted that fight. So saying that, he was hungrier for that fight, okay, for many reasons. He got that fight. A gift from God. I don't know about the gods. But the punch was from the gods, right? But he got blessed with that gift. And he hit pay dirt, right? He ended up beating Joshua. Referee stopped the fight in the 7th round. He's the new unified heavyweight champion of the world, first Mexican of his kind. First one of his kind to be the heavyweight champion of the world. That's big. It's very big. In fact, here's the question you ask yourself. Is it too big? Well, according to Abel Sanchez, it is. He's saying, oh, he's in a Rolls Royce mansion. Mom got a mansion or house down the corner, down the street, right? Cross town. Talk shows, all the roles have reversed. Now, the question is, did that make him soft? Did that make him a hungrier fighter, or did it make him a lesser hungrier fighter? You know, that's what you ask yourself. I honestly think Ruiz is, a lot of pressures on him, which I'm going to explain in depth in another video, maybe later today. But I think that Ruiz, he thinks that he's going to go in and do the same thing. If he goes in and does, he should go in and to execute the same game plan. But if he thinks that if he's relying on the punch from the gods or a left hook to the temple, I don't think that he took that through. Maybe he's thinking about throwing more punches. Well, the more punches you throw, though, and he throws rapid fire punches. He can beat Anthony Joshua on just activity alone, But then again, what did worry me about Joshua was the way he had his guard up. It's like he didn't know how to defend. It's like when he became under pressure, when Ruiz started throwing them bees at him, he was just like, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell was that? Damn, is it a hailstorm? Because he was covering his head up like it was a hailstorm, and he was, and Ruiz was helling those bees on him, But Abel Sanchez, whatever he sees, he's a pretty smart, intelligent trainer. And it's funny, he was like, oh, I think he beats him this time. And a lot of people are not anticipating that. A lot of people are thinking, oh, he'll beat Joshua again. Well, according to Abel Sanchez, everyone has a bad night. It happens. And it won't be a bad night. Or let's hope it's not a bad night on the day. And then he also brought up the training of Manny Robles. Mr. Robles is the key benefactor in this fight. Now, what I didn't know, and I think what Abel Sanchez was trying to insinuate was, since he trained with Ruiz, he trained with him. He knows when he likes and don't like to train. So that what he's really saying that Andy Ruiz is lazy. That's what he's really pretty much saying if you read between the lines. Because he was like, well, you might not know, but I know it's days then Ruiz don't like to train. Some days he likes to train, some days he don't. That means, and he said consistently, if Manny can get him in the ring, in the gym, that tells me that it's something that he knew from the past that Andy didn't do and didn't like to do. And from being around Andy, that's what he did, on top of having all the fortune and the fame and the new cars and all this stuff, all the notoriety and all that. Besides all that, when you add that to it, it could be a recipe for disaster, for disappointment. That's a better word, recipe for disappointment. Because Andy, he made $7 million for his first fight. Now he's making 13, almost double his purse, which is great for him. But then how does that motivate you if if you have all this? And like Abel Sanchez says, he hasn't been there. Joshua has. So Joshua's been where Ruiz is at. It's just really up to Ruiz and how can that motivate him, if that motivates him. Sometimes money don't motivate people. You give people money, that is one of the biggest demotivators in history of time. Okay? You give someone $2 million that's a hard-working 40-hour-a-week guy that works at the railroad. He might quit, lose everything. You see him in a year, he's lost it all. He quit his job. He ain't got shit because he spent his money. And the money that he spent, he didn't invest in anything, but what he spent it on cost him more money. So it's one of those things that could be. I just think it's interesting for Abel Sanchez. I think Andy Ruiz, counterpunching Abel Sanchez, will be ready. I mean, I want to think positive about it because I want both fighters to come in at 100%. I don't want Ruiz to get a taste of that money, and now he ain't what he was. That's not really that's not a true competitive fight. That's him not being as competitive as he should be due to something else outside the ring. You know, I want both of these guys to fight 100% healthy, undamaged, and ready to go. That's what I want. Then we can see who it is. Because the worst thing you can do, let's say Joshua goes in there and he beats Ruiz and he beats him easy. Then what will happen? Excuse after excuse after excuse. What happened when Joshua got beat? Excuse after excuse after excuse. You know, now based on what you've seen before that fight, there were, you could speculate. Like he wasn't looking like he should. He looked like he just smoked a blunt. He looked like his ass has just woke up or, didn't want to be there or uninterested or unmotivated. And you know what I mean? A lot of things. Disinterested, right? But at the end of this fight, I want both guys to be 100% because I don't want any excuses. Now, Abel Sanchez thought something and he might be right on the money. That might happen, and that's why I picked Joshua to beat Ruiz. And I don't think it will be from a knockout. I don't think that. I think it will be like the Parker fight. He'll fight Ruiz because Ruiz has a chin. So honestly, I don't think he can knock out Ruiz. He probably could if he took his time. But if he did that, it would be in the later rounds. It sure the hell won't be in round 3. So I hear people saying round 4 a KO. That got to be one intense, quick-paced fight for that to happen. And then it would be just as dangerous for Joshua to try to go in to finish Ruiz that fast. Because what happened last time? And if he tried the same shit that he did in the first fight, what does that make him? Insane. Yes, insane. That's an act of insanity because you've done this before and you think you're going to get a different result. No, Andy Ruiz ain't going to just go away easy. He ain't going to just get knocked out easy. He just went down for the first time in his career. What does that tell you? That means this guy has some legs and have a strong mindset and chin, based on psychologically and neurologically. A lot of people don't factor that in. Neurologically, that deals with your nerves. And like I've been telling people that watch this channel, when you get hit, okay, certain things happen to your body, especially when you start exposing pressure points. Those pressure points become more exposed to be activated again. That's the word I was looking for, activated. So if you got hit, like look at Fernando Vargas. Fernando Vargas was a tough kid. I don't think he ever been down until he went down against Felix Trinidad. He was knocked down 5 times. But after that, he got in there with, I think, a boxer from Puerto Rico. Ramirez, I think. I can't remember his first name. Pretty good contender. He gets floored with a right hand, straight right. Bow! He was down. And I was like, oh, shit. And the guy's not known to be a puncher. But I know that's from all the trauma that he inflicted in the fight previous. Maybe it was psychological. Maybe it was neurological. Who knows? But either way, that was a problem for Fernando. And Fernando did remain going down after that. Sugar Shane Mosley, Ricardo Mayorga, Oscar De La Hoya. The list goes on and on. So that could be a situation with that. Okay? But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Abel Sanchez saying that he thinks Joshua will beat Andy Ruiz. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.